Hello, in this video I am going to remove the evaporative canister. You may need to remove this for various reasons. For example, if you need to remove it to find leaks in some of the components connected to the canister, or if you need to replace it because it was damaged and the canister itself is leaking, or in my case I'm going to remove it to check if the shutoff valve is working or not, since the valve is connected to the canister. If there is an issue with the evaporative system or with this canister, the car can produce a evaporative canister check engine light code, or evap code. In order to remove the canister, you don't need to remove the tire and you don't need to jack up the car. Depending on what you are comfortable with, you can jack up the car and remove the tire, or don't do neither. With the tire removed and car jacked up, you will of course have more space. To start off by removing the hoses connected to the canister's components, like the hoses connected to the vent shutoff valve and canister purge valve. Don't forget to also disconnect the two electrical connectors. One of the electrical connectors is located towards the left and can be a bit tricky to remove because it is in a tight space. When removing the hoses, feel free to also mark them so that when you are ready to reconnect the hoses, you know where the hoses go. You don't need to do this, but do it if you feel more comfortable. There are 3 bolts holding down the canister, and these need to be removed so the canister can come out. But before removing these bolts, there are 2 other bolts holding down the brake line. Removing this brake line will make it easier to remove the canister because it will give you more space. When unbolting the bolts for the brake line, it's not necessary to remove the entire brake line completely out of the car. The brake line can be unbolted and simply just moved out of the way. Just in case if you forget, like how I always forget where I put something, you can put the bolts back into its original place. Once the hoses are disconnected, you can start removing the bolts holding down the canister. The canister is actually being held down by a bracket, and the bolts are bolted to this bracket. There are 3 bolts holding down the bracket. If you are facing the canister where the purge valve and shutoff valve are located, there are 2 bolts located on the left side and 1 bolt located on the right side. So this is the canister out of the vehicle. If you need to check the canister for leaks, or if you need to replace the shutoff valve, which is on the right side of this canister, you can go ahead and do so now. If you have any questions about the video or any questions about automotive or need help in trying to fix something, you can always ask me. You can send me a message and I will be more than happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day.